A BID stands for Business Improvement District. It's not a community interest district or a people improvement district. It's a business improvement district. A BID is a designated area where the biggest property owners control a huge pot of additional taxpayer dollars to spend only in the district to boost their property value. So these guys literally draw a line and say, this is our territory. The biggest property owners are going to control it. A BID is managed by a board. Think like a council of landlords, because New York state law requires that property owners have the majority of seats on the board, and majority rules. Only property owners get to elect the board, even if they don't live here. So even if you live downtown, if you don't own property, you don't get to vote. But if you own more than one property, you get more than one vote, which gives even more power to big owners like RG&E. They get 10 votes, and chances are you get none. Nearly every property within the BID district will be assessed a fee, and this fee is mandatory. The city collects it and gives it to the BID. The first year would see the BID collect over $2 million. That number goes up as the assessed value of those properties go up. By the way, that $2.2 million also includes collecting $350,000 in fees from city-owned property. So it's bad enough that these are city tax dollars that these properties manage, but worse, the BID budget can only be spent inside the district. So not a single penny of that $2 million or any other funding that gets sent their way can be directed to one of the most impoverished zip codes just a few blocks away. In Rochester, we have the highest rate of childhood poverty in the nation for cities of our size, in part because of past urban development policies like redlining. This is not about building up our community. They're tearing down the inner loop that divided our community and replacing it with a BID. Because a BID is not designed for community. A BID is not designed for addressing poverty or restoring equity. It's a business improvement district. But not just any business. It's designed for the biggest property owners. A BID will drive up rents and the cost of doing business, further stressing small business owners who are struggling to stay open. BIDs drive up gentrification and push out the little guy. These bigwigs are pushing so hard because BIDs mean big money and more power. While we have to speak to council 2 minutes at a time, they've got the mayor on speed dial. But even that's not enough. Developers don't want to compete for city dollars at all. They don't want to solve poverty, they just want to keep it off their doorstep. That's why the Rochester Downtown Development Corporation has been pushing for a BID since at least 2012. If you zoom in on that slide right there, it says property owners create BIDs to gain more control over their environment. That's their words. Whether it's our tax dollars or shared public spaces downtown, a BID legalizes their control of public assets, and it must be stopped. There's good news, though. We can stop the BID. The last BID attempt in Rochester was blocked by City Council, who recognized that land use and taxation needs to remain under City Council's control. There's precedence right here in Rochester. We just need to remind them of that.